For years I have been hearing it, either on long train journeys when I was living in China and working as a teacher in the 1990s, or while I was serving as a British diplomat in Beijing a few years later and attending formal Chinese government functions. It was about the century of national humiliation, the period when China was put down, humiliated and defeated by foreign forces. Sometimes it would be in pictorial form, with images of Qing-era soldiers from the 19th century being fired on by foreign soldiers. At other times it would be while listening in on the lectures given to local school children by their teachers in Beijing as they stared at the sombre ruins of the Summer Palace, razed to the ground in 1860 by marauding, vengeful foreign troops. Often it would be while wandering around museums covering the country's modern history. Here displays show the way in which colonization and the impact of invasion from the 1840s onwards are woven into the tale of how, after all this suffering, China today is able to stand erect, renew itself and resurrect itself, promising never again to be brought to such a low point by the actions of outsiders. As a British person, it was hard to ignore the recurring actions of my own country and its major role in this lamentable tale. Not that those recounting it to me in the present were resentful or ever made a point to me personally, but I became aware early on that Britain figured in the story of this country in a major way. That China has a story about its past should not be surprising. If anything distinguishes the early decades of the 21st century, it is the desire of people everywhere, in an ever more complex world, for stories. These create a sense of purposeful structure and meaning. They humanize issues so that audiences can relate to them. They embody interpretations about values and aims. A newspaper editor in China in 2017 recognized this by labeling the national leader Xi Jinping the storyteller-in-chief.